What is up? What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are having a fan-freaking-tastic day. Fantastic start to the day. Hopefully you all have had a really good week so far. I don't know why I'm kicking this dog's bowl and I'm about to fall over trying to do it. Anyway, hopefully y'all are having a great start to your day. My name is Quita. This is not Quita in the Morning. Remember, guys, we have taken this week off from Quita in the Morning, but I was like, actually, I really do have something I want to talk about. And so I scheduled a live stream to just talk about some stuff that, I was kind of tired yesterday, so I didn't end up doing it last night. But we got some stuff to talk about, and it involves money. All right, so this is going to be a very free-flowing conversation, a very non-structured conversation, but I think a conversation that is very important to be had because in a lot of ways, this is a situation that's basically like, hey, when you fight for what you want and when you play a little bit of hardball, then you kind of get to say, hey, money is coming to me now. There's this video of now I don't know, like the guy is yeah, anyway. He says, money cometh to me now. And like it's like a money cometh to me now. Now, the person took a lot of stuff out of context, but that's basically what the WNBA players are saying. Because look at this crazy jump. The WNBA it was reported this week that the WNBA dropped a new proposal that could absolutely change how the league operates, how it pays its players. I'm talking $1 million max salary, $200,000 minimums, and a whole lot of urgency on the WNBA's part to get a new CBA signed before the extension ends on November the 30th. This week, league officials and team officials were in New York talking about stuff, and the number one thing on everyone's mind was the CBA. And can we get a CBA done so that you can start to plan for the two new expansion teams? We still don't have dates for the expansion draft because you have to have a CBA done. And so there's some stuff that just cannot get done from a league perspective until a new CBA is worked out, which is why there's so much urgency to make this thing happen. If you all remember, the WNBA players opted out of their current CBA last year because they wanted a real overhaul on the structure of how their deal is. Now, at the time that they signed the previous CBA, things in the WNBA was very different. Women's basketball was not as popular, right? You saw tickets selling for like barely anything to sit at the top of for WNBA games. But times have changed, right? In 2024, we had an epic season for the WNBA. And we've seen teams move to other stadiums. We've seen merch go crazy. We've seen ticket sales go crazy. 2024 was a game changer, and players saw that, and they were like, you know what? We see the writing on the wall. Things are only going to continue to get better from here, so we're opting out. We're opting out because we want higher salaries. We want a real revenue sharing model. We want better benefits. We want a structure that matches the value that the WNBA is seeing now from the sport. And they opted out. The original deadline was October the 31st for the CBA. The WNBA and its players could not get to an agreement, so they ended up signing a extension 30-day extension. The extension actually ends on November the 30th. So 10 more days. And here's the thing. Nobody wants to see a work stoppage with expansion coming next year. 2 expansion teams coming in next year with the new TV deal going online next year, with the global spotlight probably at its highest on women's basketball. No one wants to see a work stoppage in the WNBA. This is, in a lot of ways, the most important negotiation in league history. And the WNBA is starting to wake up. And, you know, I think there's kind of fear in the water of the WNBA officials of, oh my goodness, what if we don't get a deal? Maybe we do have to give a little bit more. And so what's new offer? Well, it's on the screen right here. Max salary, $1.1 million is the proposed max salary. Minimum salary, $220,000 for the minimum, with an average salary of around $460K, meaning that most players in the WNBA would end up getting $460K. The top of the top, of course, would get the 1.1, and everybody else would kind of be floating in the middle, with rookies and whatnot getting 220. I wanted to make this graphic because I actually, when I was like reading the articles about it, I was like, okay, where is a chart? Has anybody made a chart? Has anyone made a chart of the difference? And I didn't see a chart when I was like reading the articles about of someone just actually mapping out just the visual difference in that amount of money. And so I was like, okay, let me just do this. I went in Canva real quick and I put these numbers in, and like, look how crazy of a difference that is. The current minimum for 2025, the current minimum in the WNBA for 2025 was $66,000. All right. Now, that's a really good salary for most people. For regular people like me and you, that's a really good salary. $66,000. Now, of course, for a professional basketball player, that's not enough. A professional basketball player in America in the WNBA that makes a boatload of money now, that's not enough. But for us regular people, that's a lot of money. At least I think so. maybe my thoughts are off. I don't know. Do y'all think that? I feel like it's a lot of money. Do y'all think it's a lot of money? I feel like it is. $66,000. But that $66,000 minimum for 2025 is now going to turn into $249,000, which is like, I can't even fathom that. Like, oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing, guys? And so, like, again, imagine a player on a vet minimum or just a minimum period going from $66K to $249,000. Gigantic leap. Now, again, this still might not be enough. The players still might not agree to this. They still might want more, and we'll talk about that more in a sec. But I just want to show y'all the scale of the difference. The new minimum, the proposed new minimum, is more than the current max this year. I'm sorry. The new minimum is 220,000. 220,000 will be the new minimum. The current supermax is 249,000, and that is getting moved to $1.1 million. $1.1 million. And from what I read, it seems like it won't be necessarily tied to just one player. Because remember, guys, the supermax, the current supermax, Tulip is right. Where is that comment? Yeah, here we go. Tulip is right. The supermax has always been one player in the WNBA. Yes. Yes, but this $1.1 million proposed seems like there's some openness in terms of the league to not just have it be one player. Again, I'm just showing the sheer numbers. Now, again, we don't know if players will actually go with the deal. And just because it's more money, and just because it's literally it's literally about it's basically 100% difference, over 100% difference in terms of what they were getting and what they will be getting. So some people might say, like Sam, that they should just take the deal. Hey, that's a lot of money. And my take is, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see what the players say. I don't know. To me, it seems like a lot of money, but again, I'm a regular person with a regular job with regular finances. I'm not a superstar, right? I'm not a basketball player. I'm not a professional athlete, right? And so I don't know if this is a lot for them. I don't know. And supposedly there is a rev share component. We don't know exactly what that is. Green Thumb says, this is a wrong way to look at it, Quita. Players want revenue share. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Players want revenue share. That's something they've been talking about. That's something we've talked about on this channel that they want. Again, I don't know. I don't know. None of us know. The reporting has not specifically said what the new proposed rev sharing is. Now, supposedly there is going to be a rev sharing component in the proposed agreement from the WNBA. What that is, I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. In a lot of ways, I'm just kind of waiting to see what the players say. Maybe this is a lot, and maybe the rev sharing deal is good enough for them. But as of right now, we don't know what that is. We don't know what the rev sharing agreement is. But again, I'm just saying, as a regular person, that's a crazy jump. Like, that's a crazy jump. Absolutely crazy jump. Right? Again, average across all salaries for the proposed salary structure is over $460,000 on average. And all of this applies immediately to, it would apply immediately to, many of the players who are currently in the WNBA. This is not, in my opinion, a small upgrade. This is literally the biggest financial leap the WNBA has ever put on paper. Remember, guys, the last time we heard about a actual number in the proposal, it was around $800,000 for the max. And so they went from $800,000 a couple weeks ago to $1.1 million now, which means that maybe there's still more room to go up. Maybe. If the rev sharing is right. We'll see. We'll see what they say. And here's the thing. Here's what I really want to get to. Here's the thing that I think a lot of us need to understand. And in a lot of ways, we need to sort of be like, hey, respect the players. Because the WNBA did not just wake up and say, you know what? I'm feeling real generous. I'm feeling so generous for the WNBA players. Kathy Engelbert was not like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to give them as much money as I possibly can because they deserve it. No, that wasn't what happened. This $1.1 million proposal that's on the table, which may or may not happen, that's only there because the pressure finally became real for the WNBA. That's why. Unrivaled is continuing to come in hot as a player-led domestic league that had really, really high salaries, increased visibility in the offseason for players. It had a opportunity for the first year players of the league to have ownership of it. It had a significant amount of corporate backing. It had, yes, it was in one location, but like the facilities and amenities that the players had was really, really good. And it showed a real possible alternative that if someone did not want to play in the WNBA, they could play in a rival and make over $200,000 and more than that, and depending on who the person is. And so we heard players talk about how, hey, if the WNBA don't get it together, hey, we might just do Unrivaled. And it worked. That pressure started to build on the WNBA, especially because they turned down Unrivaled early on. Then you have Project B that's showing up now and is promising salaries for some players upwards of $2 million to play in Europe and Asia in the off season. But still, remember, guys, it is real competition because the season would start in November, end in April. So basically, yes, it does not conflict with the WNBA, but like you literally be playing all year round. And I imagine some players might be like, I'm just going to do Project B. But anyway, you have Unrivaled promising in the 200s in terms of salaries just for a couple months, a really good player-led structure. You have Project B that's waving around $2 million to play for a season. And things start to change. Suddenly, the WNBA is not the only place where stars can make real money. And then they gotta make some changes. And it forces the hand of the WNBA in ways that they didn't necessarily want to do. When you put it all together, the WNBA, in my opinion, kind of had no choice but to kind of, I'm about to go to Las Vegas next week, so raise the stakes. You get it? Las Vegas. Raise the stakes. It's like, anyway, hopefully some of y'all got that. The WNBA had to raise the stakes because they want players to stay. And if you want players to stay in the WNBA, and if you want to keep your best talent in the world, in the United States, if you want stability as you are bringing on 2 expansion teams, a new media rights deal that is worth a lot of money, you got to offer something that commands the players to turn around and be like, okay, WNBA. All right. Let's go. And so you have to have a, in my opinion, kind of massive proposal. And yes, it happened because players had alternatives in Unrivaled and Project B. They had leverage, and in a lot of ways, they had unity. And this is starting to lead to some really good results. Some really good results for players. Now, again, we don't know if players will agree to this new proposal. Again, we don't know exactly what the rev sharing component is. We don't know. All right. We do not know. But the question is, will players agree? Because they've been very clear on what they want. They want real rev sharing. They want a guaranteed percentage of league revenue tied to how the business performs. This is a piece that, is important to players. Because it could lead to the WNBA players like actually benefiting directly from the increased value they're giving the WNBA. So here's the deal, guys. In 10 days, the extension ends for the CBA. Again, it ends on November the 30th. We are at November the 20th. And the WNBA has to get a deal. They have to get a deal because Toronto and Portland are waiting on an expansion draft. That draft needs to happen ASAP. It needs to happen ASAP. For them to actually be able to really start to plan and work. Free agency dates need to be figured out and decided ASAP. So, like, truly, I don't see this going past November the 30th because in a lot of ways, it's fine for WNBA players, but I think it could be catastrophic in a way to the WNBA as a whole. Because you have to be able to make some decisions if you're the WNBA. And so, yeah. We'll see. But what I do know is that real money's coming to the WNBA. And it's kind of cool. Real six-figure minimums. We're going to have $1 million players in the WNBA. We're going to have players who are no longer we're going to have players that no longer need to go overseas year-round and play. Or, they have options to just do the WNBA and that's it. It's going to be pretty cool. And supposedly there is not a clause about exclusivity in the proposal, meaning that if players still really wanted to, they could play in Unrivaled. They could play both WNBA and Project B. It's not likely that many would because I think, Unrivaled, sure. Project B, I really don't think so because that really is literally year-round, probably a week's break. And so it's exciting. It's a new day. And I think it's kind of cool. Thank you so much, Flashy Boy, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. It says, how long does this CBA last? And is Jackie Young the highest player in the WNBA? First answer to your question, this new proposal for the CBA, we don't know how long it lasts. We don't know much information about this new proposal other than the amount of money that is proposed that players would be getting. We don't know the timeline. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to answer your question about the timeline. It's likely it'll be a 7-year deal, probably. But again, we don't know. We really don't know. And also, your other question is Jackie Young the highest paid in the WNBA? No. From what I understand, Kelsey Mitchell was the highest paid player in the WNBA. From what I understand. Yeah, I believe Kelsey Mitchell was the highest paid player in 2025. I believe so. I'm almost certain that is the case. But let me actually look it up. To see what Jackie Young might have been getting paid. But yeah, from what I understand, Kelsey Mitchell was the highest paid. But let me check though. Yeah. Jackie Young is not even the highest paid player on the Aces in 2025. So yeah. James says Jackie Young is how? I'm looking at her hoop stats, which provides the only real verifiable data around salaries that I've found. And it has Jackie Young at 169K. I believe Kelsey Mitchell is the highest paid player in the WNBA in 2025. Then it's Jewel Lloyd. Then it's Arike Gumbawale. Yeah, it's not Jackie Young. El Kune says Asia should be the highest paid player. Makes no sense. Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Shay, y'all. Shay is celebrating 6 months of channel membership. Thank you so much, Shay, for your continued support of the channel. And as always, I really like your blue glasses. I think they look really, really cool. I wish maybe one day I'll get some blue glasses. I go to Warby Parker for glasses. I don't know if is Warby Parker in other states. I don't know, but anyway, I go to Warby Parker and I just got some new glasses. I just got some new glasses. And I think one of the pair is kind of greenish color, and I'm excited about it. They haven't shipped yet, so I ordered them I don't know, over a week ago. So we'll see if I can get those glasses before I go to Vegas. We'll see. I don't know. Rue says, I think her hoops is wrong. Jackie is making more than Asia. I don't know. The only source I trust when it comes to salaries in the WNBA is her hoop stats. I personally, because I have been following them for forever, and a lot of reputable journalists use her hoop stats for data. And so, therefore, if they're using it, I'm going to use it too. So, I don't know. I'm just saying what's on her hoop stats, and I believe it. I believe what they have on there. Oh darn! I already bought them, but good to know. El Kune is good to know. Good to know. Yes, I need as much. I need to keep as much coins as possible. Okay. Nancy says there should be at least 2 to 3 core players getting the max on a team. Salary is per team, not per their stats or NBA voting range. I don't understand the NBA voting range, but yeah, I agree. I think it would be cool if more than one player was able to get the supermax. Yeah, 2 to 3 would. I think that'd be awesome. Because here's the deal, you don't want to stack teams, right? But you want the ability to have superstar talent teams. And I can imagine a lot of these players, hey, they're going to be getting the max. And it would be kind of cool to have 2 supermax players on the same team. Oh, MVP. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. I understand what you're saying. I understand. But yeah, I agree. I think 2 to 3 or at least 2. At least 2. Being able to have that on a team, that'd be pretty awesome. All right. And so, yeah. What else? I don't really have anything else to talk about. Again, guys, this was not a meant to be a Quit It in the Morning. This was just me hopping on, hanging out with y'all for a little while, and talking about what is going on. All right. But yeah, what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. What do y'all think about the idea that the players making the decision to say, you know what, we're not going to agree to just whatever you all give us. And the idea that increased pressure from Unrivaled and specifically Project B helped to lead to the WNBA proposing such a significant jump. Like, again, this is like 100 and this is like super, super high in terms of like the percentage difference between what players were getting in 2025 and what they might be getting in 2026. And again, guys, this is a proposal. We don't know if players are going to agree to this. They might not agree because maybe there's other parts of the deal that they don't like. Again, we don't know. We don't know much information besides the actual proposed salary. And so there's a lot, there's a lot of things that still has to be revealed. So players may not agree to this, or they may. Either way, I think it's kind of cool that we might see $1 million players in the WNBA. Who would have thought? I'm just saying, like my childhood self is just like astonished right now at like what could be possibly happening in the WNBA. It's kind of cool. Now, and again, guys, these are like, we're talking about these numbers. These are not regular people numbers. It's just not. Like, it's not regular people numbers. Like, it's not, If only we could ever imagine to make $220,000, $1.1 million. This is like, of course, for like elite professional athletes, they get paid an exorbitant amount of money. And absolutely, do these players deserve this type of money? Yes, they do. But it's not normal. Like, it's just not. Because I can't even fathom it. Okay. Yep. I was a kid in 1997. I was a kid. Yeah. Looking at the early WNBA, watching at the time my favorite player, Lisa Leslie, and wanting to be exactly like her. Yeah. Tisha says, meanwhile, Major League Baseball players are starting out with several $1 million contracts. Yeah, that part. Yeah. Same thing with NBA players. Same thing with isn't the same thing with NFL players? Here's the thing. Yes, absolutely. And even though this is an exorbitant amount of money for regular people, this is bottom of the barrel for professional, sort of cream of the crop American players. It is. This is the bottom of the barrel because NBA, MLB, NHL, like MLS, they're all, or maybe not the MLS. I don't know if they're making that much money. But like all those other big, yeah, of course, they're making tons and tons and tons of money where this is looking like chump change. Okay, this is looking like chump change. And so, yeah, we always have to keep that in perspective. So yes, this is a lot. It's going to be a lot of money for non-tennis women's professional athletes. All right, there's a lot of money for non-tennis women professional athletes because these tennis players be getting a whole bunch of money. I don't know how much golf players get. Do golf players make a lot of money? I don't know. But what I do know is that this is on the higher end of what women athletes are getting around the world, really. Besides tennis, of course. Teacher says track and field is bottom of the barrel. They practically have to pay to run. Oh, that's kind of messed up. Again, I I don't know much about track and field. I watch track and field during the Olympics. I watch it when it's on NBC. Like even outside the Olympics, like there's certain races. I'm not sure like why they picks particular ones, but like whenever there's like some sort of like race or something on NBC, I'll watch it. Like NBC Sports or whatever, I'll watch it. I like track and field. Well, actually, I like track. I don't actually watch the field things, which is like the shot put and like all that stuff. Like if it's on the track, whether it's hurdles or just like the 100-meter or something like that, like I will watch it. But I don't know. I don't follow like the back end stuff of it, so I have no idea what they get paid. That's kind of sad, though. That's kind of sad. Chuckle says exactly. If your job offered you $10,000 a year, you'd be furious. Yeah, of course. I don't know. Is this a conversation that's happening in the chat that I don't know about? I don't know. What is someone's job offering? I don't know. Anyway. Thank you so much, Flashy Boy, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says, wait, did they say 2 to 3 players making the max? When did the WNBA have a super team? I'm saying right now, from my understanding, there can't be more than one player making the max on a team. Right now. Only one player can be making the super max on a team. And so it seems like this new proposal, they might allow more than one player to be on a team making the max. Which in my opinion is a good thing. Like I think it's that could be pretty cool. But I mean, if you want to talk about when did the WNBA have a super team? I mean, when the Las Vegas Aces started winning, they called them a super team, right? And then when Sandy Brondello went over to New York and they got Stewie and John Coyle Jones, they called that a super team. And now I think that moniker is over in the WNBA. But supposedly Las Vegas was a super team, and supposedly New York was a super team. And I use that super team moniker as well for those teams at the time, but now it seems like that's over. I guess I don't know. Green Thumb, yes, I did see that CT Insider article because I have to pay for CT Insider. CT Insider is like, they do some really good coverage. I'm just saying, of women's sports. They do some really good coverage. They have been on it on this deal with the Connecticut Sun. The sale of it. They've been on it with like UConn coverage. Like, shout out to CT Insider. I have to pay for a subscription because like literally I need to read CT Insider and what they're saying that's going on. Yes, I did read that article. I did read that article. Well, I know I read an article that I think it was that article. Yeah, it was released like 2 days ago, I feel like. Anyway, yes, I do need to cover that. I do need to give you all an update on what is happening in what's happening in Connecticut. Because that's there while we're talking about all this stuff, the WNBA is still trying to force the Connecticut Sun to sell the team to them, interesting times. I'm just saying. All right, anyway, that's all I got. I got to go to work. Y'all have a good day. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, this is not Quit It in the Morning. We'll be back. We'll be back soon with Quit It in the Mornings. Not this week. Maybe not next week either. Here's the thing. Next week. I will be in Las Vegas for most of the week. And so I'll be making content. I'll be putting stuff out. But I don't know if it will be Quita in the mornings. Okay. All right. Yes. Yes. Yep. It means that you cannot ready, set, go. Yep. 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 Tisha says, Quita, I love what you've done with the camera quality. The colors are vivid and the blacks are really black. Oh, great. It's probably because the specific shirt I'm wearing. Probably. But I think that's fantastic. Thank you. I have not actually changed anything on this camera at all. This has been the same exact camera I've been using for, I don't know, a year now, with the same exact settings and everything. But if you all checked out the college basketball show that I did, that one is a new camera. And so that one does have, or supposed to have, better camera quality. So now I have two. Now I have one for here, and I have one for my other one. But that's awesome. I'm very happy that things are looking good. I really do appreciate it. I really, really, really do. And I'm excited to do another episode of that show. The thought is, see, here's the thing. I told y'all I'm about to go, and I still got stuff to say because I want to talk to you. I enjoyed talking to you. I didn't talk to y'all yesterday. And I'm just like, man, literally, I talk more. Feels like I talk more to y'all on the internet than I talk to anybody in real life. anyway, here's my thought process here, and let me know what you all think. I really want to work my way up into eventually a two show a week cadence when it comes to the college basketball show. The way I kind of think about it is Quita in the mornings is recaps of the previous day of the happenings and Unrivaled and the WNBA, Project B, college basketball. It's like talking about the recent things in the news and stuff that's currently happening and stuff that, and talking about that type of stuff. It's more like current events is the way I'm kind of thinking about that. And it's more unfiltered, more conversational, that type of thing. The way I'm thinking about this college basketball show is that is like, I want to make that college basketball show basically like a flagship show, like Sports Center type of thing. Like that's kind of the vibe I want to get for the college basketball show. It's like a low budget version of Sports Center. Like back when everybody, I mean, SVP is great, but like people used to love Sports Center, like back when like the Stuart Scott days, right? And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do for that. It's more intentional. It's very straight to the point. It's short. It's very, very short, tight. It's very clip heavy, and actually showing what I'm talking about as I'm talking about it. And it's a very visual show. That's the idea there, is that will be, and that's a recap of the previous week. All right. Whereas Queen in the Mornings is very much looking at the previous day and like current events. And the college basketball show is going to be like the last week, right? The last week. And I kind of want to have two college basketball shows where it's like one, and this is something I'm pondering. It's definitely gonna be at least one show a week, but I kind of want to do two, like one show that's sort of like a recap show on like a Sunday night after the main games are over, a Sunday night kind of thing. And then what I would love to do is what people have been asking. They've been asking for hey, Quita, can you give us a just weekly roundup of games we need to be paying attention to this week? And so I kind of want to do like one 30-minute sort of recap over the last week in women's college basketball. Again, similar to what I put out on Tuesday. And then I also want to do here's what to look forward to this week. Here's the games you cannot miss. Here's the games that if you have time, you should watch it, that type of thing. And I would love to eventually do that with the WNBA as well. Like I want to have sort of like flagship shows. Like again, Queen in the Mornings, very casual. The college basketball show, very professional, very straight to the point, very much a wider view of what's happening. Yeah, so one is weekly and Queen in the Mornings is daily. Yes. Oh my God, Nancy, this is such a great idea. Would some of y'all be interested in that? That would actually be really, really cool. Yeah, that would be so cool actually, and be very, very helpful. How would we do that? Maybe like WhatsApp or something. Yeah, that could be really, really great. Actually, let's would some of y'all be down for that? A committee of a committee of the awesome people of the awesomest people of the internet who would want to help me help elevate stories to me that I should cover. I think that would be really cool. Like, of course, I try to pay attention to everything, but like, I don't see everything. And so, like, yeah, I think that would be awesome. That's such a great idea. Oh yes, still DePaul coverage. Again, we're not doing Queen in the Morning, so I haven't. So no, not this week. But yes. That's really cool. Okay. Let's do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll select, because otherwise I don't want it to get too unruly where it's like 100 people in a WhatsApp chat. Like, I feel like that's too much. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take some of the members and some of the very active folks and see if I can, like, actually there's no way to actually message people in YouTube. Like, there's like, I can't, like, there is no DM function. And so maybe what I'll try to do is figure out a way to individually, like, give you all how would I do this? Give you all like a WhatsApp thing or something. Jackson says you're gonna have to vet these jokers. That's hilarious. That could actually be pretty cool as well. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna noodle on it. Thank you, Nancy. Again, y'all, Nancy's awesome. I'm just saying. This channel is filled with so many awesome, amazing people. It is wild. It is absolutely kind of wild, right? You got it's really cool. It's really cool how you all it's very, very, very cool for you all to just be so awesome and give me awesome ideas and just rock out with me. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Ooh, Discord could be a good idea too. I don't use Discord. Kentucky Rick has a Discord, and I joined it, but I haven't really been on it like that because I don't totally understand Discord. I know I'm acting like an old person. I know, but I gotta learn Discord. I gotta understand, like, why it's a thing. I don't know. Anyway. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all in the next one, which probably will be tomorrow. I don't know if I'll go live in the morning or just it'll be a evening show. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I will talk to y'all tomorrow, though. That's for sure. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye. And the fun part that this is not Queen in the Mornings. There is no outro for me to forget. There is no outro. Okay. All right. See y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.